50 years after independence, Malawi remains one of the many sub-Saharan countries where poverty is still a major hindrance to national development, and gender inequality triggers significant percentage to that effect. However, the good news is that different non-governmental organizations are taking the fight against poverty straight to the stricken individuals and communities in rural areas of Malawi. A fine example in that regard is the prolific partnership between Care Malawi and Imponela AIDS Information and Counseling Center, MIC. In 2011, the two organizations joined heads and embarked on a life-changer program, WERISE. The name defines the purpose too, and this is achieved through empowering chronically food insecure rural women, both socially and economically.
The WERISE program, that's an abbreviation, but in full it's women empowerment, improving resilience, income and food security, is one of the programs being funded by the Australian government. It's part of the big ACES program. That's the Australia Africa Community Engagement Scheme program. So WERISE program is for care, as I already said, being coordinated by Care Australia, but being implemented in Malawi, Ethiopia and Tanzania.
Basically the project is there to empower women so that they could be making an economic contribution at household level, but also that they should also be able to make decisions that will support the household to secure food security for the whole year. And they should also have a resource base. At least the household should manage to acquire basic assets at the house. So in the process of empowering women, the project is using a number of approaches. One of the approaches that the project has employed is male involvement. The male involvement model that the project is using is called male championship. The model recognizes the influence men have on decision making at household level, even at a community level. We understand that men are key stakeholders as far as customs are concerned. Men are custodian of culture. So in simple terms, they are custodian of culture and customs in every society. So where the project, WERISE project is being implemented is dominated by the Ngoni culture. So you know the Ngoni, the person they know who has mandate for everything is a man. So women are disadvantaged on several factors. It is from this background that this recognition of the stake men hold as gatekeepers of customs, that male championship concept was developed. So this is a drive to engage the same men who have been identified as barriers to women and child development. So the same men to provide solution to many issues that are working to the disadvantage of social, cultural and economic development in most communities. So we are applying this concept so that we are sending men to influence their fellow men to support the aspiration of women.
And here in Malawi, Care and MIC, in collaboration with Malawi government, identified two key districts, Dowa and Lilongwe, where they are implementing the program. In both districts, Care and MIC are targeting a total number of 15,000 rural women whose poverty levels often drive their households into selling vital assets like land for food. And indeed, for a long time, this has been a common trend, particularly in the areas of Traditional Authority Chiwere in Dowa and Traditional Authority Kalumbu in Lilongwe. But the introduction of WERISE is steadily and consistently reversing the trend. Isaac Kadamanja is a community development facilitator implementing WERISE program in the area of Traditional Authority Chiwere in Dowa district.
We organize a training, or a 3 days training, whereby first day we conduct the training with the males or men, and also the second day the same. Then the third day we invite their spouses to participate in the discussions or in the training.
Some of the key topics covered during community trainings within Male Championship are law and basic gender issues including violence, HIV and AIDS, family planning, business selection, planning and management, alcohol and drug abuse, basic communication skills, child care and support, budgeting, as well as safe sex and satisfaction.
But during this training, there are several exercises that are being carried out. We have something like chewing gum. It's an exercise whereby every member of the group, when doing training, they are given a chewing gum, a real chewing gum that you know. Then they chew it before it is starting to feel that you are chewing something. Then we let them bring it out of the mouth. Then we let them also choose from the chewed chewing gum. So everybody denies to take it back because it has been mixed with the other things that has been chewed by other members of the group. So there, then we start our discussions. Why have you failed to pick out something that you were also eating?
And the crucial exercise on the Male Championship training is on gender roles.
We have this exercise on gender roles, whereby we have some pictures or some cards having several responsibilities that are done at the house level, like washing, cooking, maybe chopping firewood, and all those household chores. Then we ask every member of the training to take that card and put where he feels or she feels this is applicable for this work is being done by a woman or a man or both they do. So most of the time it is found that all the household chores are being done by a woman. So we ask why all these are done by a woman, while all these tasks were meant for a man, because we understand that in the beginning God created a man. So he felt like, no, first there are more activities for this man. Let maybe make somebody who can help this task. Then there comes a woman. So why should we leave all the task for a woman?
Despite the challenge of slow adoption of behavior change, Kay and Mike have seen tremendous improvement in the 11,000 households they have so far reached out to since 2011 out of the targeted 15,000 households by the phasing out of the program in 2016. Trained local groups are also training others, and the fruits are born.
Mori chiruko chine chiri chose rimapangira limodzi tikati nkuje nikumunda ola abambara chokapo sinidaliye kuti abamba chokai nimampanga neka budget
ngongole zumatengedwa
kwambiri komanso maintesa wabwera kwa basi mwana kuti mujanena muja kuti kunopa chifukwa maintesa mamati basa anthuwo kunopa mudzi mumotoko kwambiri panopa muli mauvuna mbirimbiri mudzi muno ofunda anthu ena amene atsala nyumba za mautsu amalize omanga nyumba sikubana kuti ngokhala tsono boma badowa basi kuti kumizi yayi ifeyo paona kuti zimene alabwesa amayika wanzabwino ngati ngoni fedangozanda kuti mudzi usinthebe tifatika kuisa ntchito kwambiri zachingonizo ndiye kuti mudzi tikhala maumphawi wambiri umene ali nawo kale.
The WERISE program has inspired and motivated men and women alike in different communities to play a key role in ensuring their households are food secure year in and year out. One such area is Traditional Authority Kalumbo in Lilongwe. Food security is not the only glory of WERISE program in TA Kalumbo. Selina Pateratu bought this sewing machine through investing in the Village Savings and Loans Group, VSLs. thanks to Mike and Care intervention in the area. Selena joined the VSL group considering frequent abandonment she experiences from her husband, who usually spends more time at the house of his first wife at a distant village from this one. Selena was trained through WERISE program at Mponela in Dowa district.
Pakadipa ndimaona kuti nsanapezeka ndingati ndimafurika kwambiri chifukwa ndimaona kuti zinthu zimandivura. Kwa panopa mitala amuna anga pano sindiwerenga mumtima mwangayi. Maganizo ayo ndidachosefera thandizo ndimalipeza. Ndizo ndikhoza makhaso ndi mtima kuti amuna anga atani iyayi kamene akabwera nomada ndalo kuti patseni ndamasopo iyayi ndimangwaona. Fa ndimadziwa kuti ine chida changa ndi chimene ndina chochi. Ndikangokwera apa basi ndipeza ndamoro ndigula sopo. Ndithudira.
My experience has been good since I've seen that many people are grasping the messages which I deliver, and also I know that especially women, they are very happy that maybe now they are realized that they have been oppressed. So through the topics and the things which we facilitate to them, they have been good, and also they have been grasping the messages which I deliver. And also I'm glad that even the local leaders, they are now realizing their roles as a local leaders. As you know that when we look at women empowerment, there were some barriers which were there since the local leaders were the one initiating the barriers or other customs and policies. So to me, my experience is that through local leaders also I've seen that there's a big change, and I know that now they're understanding the role of the women and also the women's rights.
In traditional authority Chiwere, it was difficult to find a woman being in a leadership position. But I think since the phasing of this concept, we have seen men now supporting women to hold leadership position. I'm happy to report that Traditional Authority Chiwere, the Area Development Committee, a committee that is responsible for all developments in the area, is headed by a woman. And this woman happened to be a woman that has been trained by the WERISE project to be an extension worker. So at least now that this is giving confidence to people that women can do something. So we have seen this from that. Since WERISE rode in Mary Champion concept, there are many changes that we have seen in the community, such that I think during the midterm review of the project, after 2.5 years or 3 years, the midterm recognized the contribution of the model towards women empowerment at household and community level. It is therefore, the MTR recommended that the model be scaled up as a full swing program, not as a pilot. So as we are talking now, the male champion model, it's an approach that we are using cutting across all program areas. Men are influencing their fellow men to go to adult literacy, but in the past adult literacy was deemed as a women kind of thing. Men are also supporting their fellow men to support women where they're in leadership position. There is an interesting scenario in one of the area where this project is being implemented, an area we are calling this place Narunga. There are 2 blind women. These blind women, they are participating in the activities of WERISE. They are members of Village Savings and Loan. They are participating in agriculture activities. But now the challenge was they could not go to the field to do the work on their own. An interesting story has come from there that the male champion group there has agreed to support these women. So they are actually doing the actual work for these women.
After this project, what next, basically?
Basically, CARES programming looks at building resilience so that these, whether women or men that we are engaging in the programs, we design our programs so that once we are out of the area, the intervention that we have put in place, they are sustainable. The people should be able to continue on their own. So, as of now, like year 4, we have a number of exit strategy and sustainability strategy interventions that we have put in place to back up or to support what the project has been doing through the project staff. so that once the project is over, once the care staff are out, or whether once the mic staff are out, the activities in the community should be self-sustainable. So we have a number of community facilitators that we have trained, the village agents that we have trained. We are linking these with the government staff, the adult literacy instructors. We have trained the local chiefs, the local leaders on the works that we have been doing. So even if care pulls out, these activities will still continue. Even the women themselves, they are now being engaged in a number of economic empowerment activities. They're able to generate some income. So once the project closes, we are out, care is out, these activities will still continue through their own means because they have been trained, their capacities have been built, and they should be able to roll out. Should there be any need to add to what we have been doing separately, then maybe that's another thing that we may need to consider. But as far as food and nutrition security and economic empowerment activities and what the project wanted to achieve, that one has been achieved, and there are a lot of means that we have put in place to make sure that once we are out of the areas, these activities should still continue. What I would say is in Malawi, the Australian African Community Engagement Scheme as a program has got other NGOs. So apart from care, we have Water Aid, we have Concern Universal, and we have CADECOM. And these have got also interventions that are almost similar to care, and we link with them. We have a platform where we meet every quarter, we share the experiences, we share the learnings, we go to the field together, and we help each other in terms of advancing some of the activities that we are doing. And there's a lot of collaboration together with also government. And I think another thing that I need to do is to commend government's work in terms of supporting the project. Because if you talk of Doha, if you talk of Lirongo, we have received a lot of support from the government, because from the community and development side, they have been supporting the adult literacy trainings. They have been supporting the support that we provide to the government decentralized structures like the ADCs. The district councils have been so helpful. The district executive committees have been helpful. And this is what makes us be assured that once care is out of the sites, once Mike is out of the project sites, these activities will still continue, because other stakeholders, they have an interest in the program. So with the support from Care Australia, which has played a very big role in supporting this, in coordinating this, the funding from Australian government is really being put in place. So we thank also the Australian government through the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade that have been supporting this project, and they continue to support this project. And their support is really doing great work in the communities of Malawi.
In our national language, Chichewa, there is a proverb that goes, Kaliko kankanyama, ala wilindi antu. And that translates to, two heads are better than one. Kay and Mike have ably proven it all to that effect. Let's put our heads together in propelling our nation through women empowerment, improving resilience, income, and food security. My name is Helbert Chawinga, signing off on behalf of Care Malawi and Mike. Together, we rise.
Wajenda mitendire, wajenda mitendire, wajenda na